Hello and welcome to Thaiger Bites. I'm Jay, and joining me from Phuket is Tim Newton.
Good morning, everybody. Well, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for having us on your screen.
Right, Tim, so Thaiger Bites is going to have a slight change. We're now going to make it into a weekly special, which will not only allow us to monitor all the comments from all the week, from all the episodes, and make it into a one fun-packed episode, but also give us room to actually add more episodes and different shows that we plan to, hopefully starting next week. So just a quick update to all the viewers regarding Thaiger Bites. As of right now, as you already know, Thaiger Bites is where we get to address your comments and feedbacks from all of our shows on Facebook, Instagram, Thaiger Talk Forum, and most importantly, all of the shows on YouTube. Tim, do you have your first comment?
Yes. Well, we do have to make room for my daily pole dancing demonstrations.
Of course.
There's been a lot of demand for it, and we will do what the viewers want. So look forward. I've greased up the pole, and we're looking forward to starting next week.
That's right.
I have my first comment. Oh, by the way, sorry for the odd lighting. I've got a lot of light on there coming from the window and then nothing from over here. So I'm a bit like a sort of 50-50 Kit Kat bar at the moment, I'm afraid. Larry Connell wrote to us and he said, interesting to see the report about working holidays being paraded around even on official Thai media, considering that working without a work visa, that is like, for example, on a tourist visa, is illegal. Maybe they could finally remove the grey area for all the digital nomads and make it legal to work online for foreign employees. This is a sort of a thing that we get coming up quite often. And about 18 months ago, the Thai government introduced a thing called a smart visa. And a lot of us thought that that was going to be the sort of default digital nomad visa. So people coming to Thailand would be able to work legally and the government would find some method of collecting tax from them for them working here in the country. It hasn't really panned out that way. There's been a very small take-up for the smart visa. So at some stage, it would be smart of the Thai government to have a digital nomad visa. It's something that they really haven't addressed, and it's still a grey area, and a lot of people coming and doing all sorts of other things like signing up with a university or some online course to get an ED visa and all sorts of other things they do. If you do want to stay in the country long term, you're going to have a talk to a visa agent or a lawyer because otherwise it's a bit messy.
All right, my comment is from J.R. Kosa, who says, Jet now has a dramatic spin around to begin the news. Jay has his signature hello. Natty has her happy jazz hands. What do you have, Tim?
Well, I replied to this person and saying, well, I've got my good looks and my charm. So that's what I bring to the table each day. I don't have a signature move. I've just
don't
got
need
my
one.
Funny, my sort of mid-Pacific Australian accent, and this is it. This is about as good as it gets. Crappy unironed shirt and all. Billy Fraser has written to us and says, I really look forward to the day when they do away with this SHA hotel business. Anyone got any idea when this will happen? The simple answer is no. We don't know. And the SHA hotel process is all part of the Thailand Pass, formerly the Certificate of Entry. It's a way to try and provide some sort of guaranteed safety for you. So the place that you are staying has been registered to be COVID compliant. In other words, that everybody in the hotel has been vaccinated and they clean it regularly and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know, Joe, when do you think all this is going to relax? I sort of think this whole SHA hotel thing may be a de facto way of getting people who are providing accommodation in Thailand to be registered, because they weren't registering under the Hotel Act before, which was allowing things like Airbnb and other things to operate. So maybe this is a sort of a backdoor way of getting people to register. What do you think?
I don't think it's going away anytime soon, and I think you're right. It's here to stay because it also forces or makes sure that those hotels follow these regulations or meet the standards. So I think, if anything, they might even add something to it rather than take it away.
Well, we might have to be SHA registered media. Who knows? Do you want another one from me? We've got Doug, Texas. Says, in Taiwan, they're making an effort to change over to battery-powered motorbikes. They'll have battery stations where batteries can be exchanged for a charged one. I've seen the demonstration of this. It's very fast and convenient. Yeah, there are some different ways of changing over batteries in both cars and bikes. Some places you drive into a facility and they basically change your battery and take your flat battery out. Other places they stick a plug in and you have to wait for half an hour. This whole move over to electric cars, I think it's definitely on the ascend, and we're seeing a phase out of petrol and diesel powered cars. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, but you've still got to produce the electricity and it's using a lot of fossil fuels to do this. I think that's also changing. Like some of the more modern electric cars and these new electric bikes to which Doug refers, that they use the reverse torque. In other words, when you put your foot on the brake, they use that energy as part of the charging process. Certainly, I don't know about you, Jake. Oh, you don't drive a motorbike, do you?
No, I don't. No.
Oh, you would look so funny on a motorbike from the back.
Why? I'm too big for a motorbike, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. I've seen Kun Num, who's also 6 foot and beyond on a Honda Scoopy, and this looks ridiculous. So, yeah, my next bike will definitely be an electric bike, and there's a few now appearing on the market. And, yeah, I've got the delivery of an electric hybrid car in January. So I'm going electric.
All right. I've got a comment here from John Salvador who says, Jay, every time you introduce Tim, it sounds like you are saying, welcome, Tim Mutant. Though the jury may still be out on whether Tim is or is not a mutant. I believe his surname is still Newton. Yeah, thank you, John. I actually did try to be a little bit more articulate today when I introduced you, Tim. I don't know if you noticed. But yes, it is Tim Newton and not Tim Mutant.
I've never been so insulted in my life.
Why?
My life in Thailand says, in Prayut's defence, no government's done well during the pandemic. Not sure what you think about this, Jay, but I sort of think that when the whole COVID thing started, we all went, oh, here we go, Thailand's really going to get battered. And to our shock, I think in some cases, the Thai government did very, very well, certainly for the first year. They did have that outbreak in April this year, which sort of peaked in August, which they called the third wave, and that was certainly very dangerous and killed a lot of Thai people. By far the biggest amount or the biggest effect of COVID since it all started here in Thailand in February 2020. But I think the Thai government's done, I don't know, fairly well, probably as well as most other countries. The other big surprise was how badly the United States has handled, where some 770,000 people have died. Just astonishing to see how our perceptions of what was going to happen when COVID started didn't sort of really pan out that way. And here we are, it's still going, December 2021.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Dam1, who says, not sure what a soapy massage place is, guys, but the figures you gave out in regards to its business profits surely answer your question as to what the redundant famous train station should become as an investment. So, Hua Lamphong soapy massage parlor. That is a possibility according to Dam1. Thank you for the suggestion.
Okay, if he doesn't know what happens in a soapy massage parlour, you can probably hear the kittens in the background demanding a feed from mum. Anyway, we digress. If you don't know what a soapy massage parlour is, I'd probably just jump onto Google, type in soapy massage Thailand, and I think most of it's fairly well laid out there. I dare say if you click on the video button, you might get a few shocks as well. I got one here from Logan Berry. Thai democracy protesters are part of a sabotage project funded by major Western governments to destabilise the countries they don't like. In 2019, Hong Kong rioters were funded this way, And Hong Kong rioters have been working very close with Thai protest movements since then. In the 21st century, the word democracy has many meanings. So let's just deconstruct this, Logan Berry. The word democracy doesn't have many meanings. It's only got one meaning. I think when we at the Thaiger have described democracy in Thailand, we've always described it as quasi-democracy because there isn't a lot of democracy in the way the government's currently set up. But really, the word democracy doesn't have many meanings. I suppose it's just been interpreted by different countries around the world to work in their own particular favour. I'd probably argue that around the world there aren't really any fully democratic governments if you really use the full power of the word, the full definition. As to this plot, this sabotage to destabilise countries they don't like, well, I don't know who these major Western governments are. And I'd also say, well, you need to prove it. The burden of proof is on you, Logan Berry. This is just conspiracy theory nonsense. And I don't think we've been able to see a transfer of money or anything by any investigative journalist to prove your point.
All right, moving on to Brandon Lee, who's caught me in a mistake, and he says, Jay, on yesterday's episode at 50 seconds, I say, sit and stay blend. You can now have coffee-infused coffee culture instead of chocolate-infused coffee culture coffee. He says, yes, please, I would like my coffee to taste like coffee, cup con crap. Tim, do you like your coffee to taste like coffee, or would you rather have a chocolate-infused coffee that coffee culture provides?
Well, I'm sure Coffee Culture's infused coffee is delicious. I haven't tried that blend yet. I've tried 3 of their other blends and enjoyed them. But I have to admit, sneak out to our coffee room, and I have a half coffee, half Milo blend in about the middle of the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
So I do like a little bit of the mocha taste, and so that's the way I do it. I just use a bit of Milo. I don't know what the coffee culture uses, but yeah, people that have tasted it say it tastes great.
All right.
Adam Hend says, great report again, Jet, referring to Thailand News Today, which Jet does every day, coming out sort of late afternoon every day. I love that the Thai government always comes up with crazy ideas at this time of the year to reduce the air pollution. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, Jay, where we're sort of hearing about Chinese temples being closed down or telling them not to use their josh sticks. They're telling people to drive on odd or even days to try and reduce their car pollution. I mean, Bangkok is a big city of some 12 million people. It does produce a lot of pollution, but it's nothing like the smog that floats down from the north and northeast, a lot of it from over the border. I mean, we keep on sort of telling people this is where the Bangkok's big smoke problem comes at this time of the year. Well, this is during the burn-off season, and also happens to be at the same time as the northeast monsoonal winds, which bring all that smoke and smog down. And some of the really heavy days, you can smell it in the air. It smells like smoke. So it's funny, if it was a Bangkok smog problem, we'd have it 12 months a year, but for 8 or 9 months of the year, the air around Bangkok's fine.
All right. My last...
You are, Jay, look out the window. Is it smoggy today, or...?
No, it's actually quite clear today. It's sunny and clear in Bangkok today.
So there you go. It's not a Bangkok air pollution problem.
All right. Dave Close says, I will subscribe when you give Natty her own show. Thaiger will get more subscribers if the news is read by Jet and Natty does his special shows. Jay is okay, but rattles on too much. Yeah, that's about right, Dave. Thank you.
Rattle, rattle, rattle. What about me? Didn't mention me.
I know. The
I don't even rate an insult. I feel left out. Pablo Escobar, on the same sort of tone, says, Thaiger News is becoming sleazy and cheap only for creeps, not watching this crap anymore. I think he may be referring to the Thaiger Bites yesterday when we had a thumbnail of a girl lying in a bathtub, which I think even when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's a little bit clickbaity. But we did speak quite a lot about the soapy massage establishment that was being offered for some 417 million baht over the other side of the river. So it was a completely accurate, what do you call it, thumbnail. That if we happen to talk about soapy massage as a story, as one out of 20 other comments read, mind you, these are reactions to comments that you say, then I don't think that makes us sleazy. I just think it makes us news reporters or commenters.
It's a soap. Yeah, that's what you would find in a soapy bar. He's pretending like he doesn't know. All right, moving on to my last comment. Promise. Ricky Blair says, "Your opinion sucks, Jay." To which a couple of commenters said, "Are you okay, Ricky? What's going on, Ricky?" Seemed like he was having a bad day. And then I scrolled down and I saw his second comment, which said, "Jay, you need to stop ragging on Pattaya. Phuket ain't all that. Please." With 4 full stops. Ricky, thank you for your comment. Thank you for also watching the show. I understand you don't like my opinion. However, I don't rag on Pattaya. I only say my opinion on it. You might not agree with it. I think all I said was that I would prefer not to go to the Pattaya beaches. I'd rather go to the Phuket beaches. But I also said that Pattaya has a very good nightlife and a party scene. That's what I would possibly go to Pattaya for. However, I think Rick is upset because he's from Pattaya and he feels like I've commented negatively on Pattaya. Well, Ricky, it is what it is.
There's a lot you can say about different parts of Thailand, and I think a lot of people do sometimes try and compare Phuket and Pattaya because they are both the 2 most popular tourist destinations outside of Bangkok. But it's not really a fair comparison. Pattaya is more of like a city. It does have beaches, but if you want to compare beaches, Phuket's always going to win that one. It's got 38 really nice beaches, and then it's got a whole set of some 38 islands, 32 islands close by within an hour's travel, which you can visit, which also have very nice beaches. But when it comes to nightlife, Pattaya has much more developed nightlife. It's got a lot more. Phuket's really sort of only got Bangla Road and Patong, and a bit of sort of a growing nightlife right down the south of the island in Rawai. But Pattaya is going to win that one hands down. So it's difficult to compare them because they're both very different. One is an island the size of Singapore, and the other one is just a relatively small city. Rusty Graves has written to us. I'm sure the SHA accreditation certification is easily obtained if you grease the right palms. Allegedly, he says. Well, actually, when they did start the SHA accreditation, I decided to apply for it with my house and my residential address, which I called Newton Mansions, as a place that people could stay. And I was issued initially with SHA accreditation by just filling in a whole lot of lines and basically lying through my teeth, just to prove how easy it was to get the accreditation. Now, it has been removed, so they've seen through my scheme. And I think at the moment they do check on all the SHA establishments you're applying, and there's fairly firm things that you need to have in place. You need to get all your ducks in a row if you do want to get SHA accreditation. So I don't think in this case there's much greasing of the palms. The Thai government want to make sure that they've got these places clean and appropriate for international travel at this time.
That's all right. It. That's it. That's all the comments we have for today. We hope you enjoyed the show. Also, another reminder, if you've made it all the way or joined the show halfway, even though we're not live. However, yes, starting next week, Thaiger Bites will be a once a week, a special episode. Probably on Thursday or Friday, so we can collect all your comments from the week and make a fun-packed episode so that we can make room for additional or other episodes or shows that we're planning to do starting next week. So
And
yes.
just to remind you that I'll be back on Monday, so you'll have to clean up all the mess from the parties while I've been away. And I want my chair back. I think we call it in the office my throne. So yeah, I'll be back on Monday.
Right, that's all from everyone here at the Thaiger headquarters in Bangkok and Tim Newton in Phuket. For everyone living in Thailand, we hope you have a great long weekend. And for everyone abroad, we hope you have a good Friday and a great weekend. We'll see you next week.